going on, guys? StoutStanding here again, and this time I'm doing a slightly different kind of video to what I've ever done before, just because I thought it'd be pretty cool to go through it. As you can see, it's in a different place, and I'm actually grease all over the place, and you'll find out why in a second. I'm actually doing a kind of just a talk through video of the insides of my KJW 226. Just taking it apart so I can have it all in the part, show you it all, and I can go through all the parts and what they do pretty much for people who are new to Airsoft and don't really know kind of what all the insides of different guns do. So, obviously you've got the frame of it here, which is, you know, I could strip this down more, I could take the pistol grip off and I could take out like the little catches and stuff, but there is a bunch of springs behind this plate here for all like the decock lever and the trigger and all that, so I've taken that apart once, but I'd rather not do it again because it took quite a long time to put all the springs back in place. And then I could like knock out all the pins in here, but you don't really need to. As long as you keep the top of that greased up, you're pretty fine, really. You know, it's a simple enough body. The main mechanism in the body is just here. You can take that out. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up. Whoops, wrong side of the camera. You can just about see it here. And that's like the main section that just stops the slide from racking too far back. And then obviously you've got your decock mechanism just here, which it's not amazingly complicated. It's just a bunch of springs here. It's just they all twang out when you take the grips off. So I'd rather not do that. So there we go, that's it. And obviously you've got your trigger mech in there as well. That's just in this bit as before. Then you've got obviously your magazine. You can take this apart if you want to clean it or if it's leaking, but again I'd rather not do this. This mag works quite well, so I'd rather not take it apart and risk damaging any of the seals. To do that, you've got the pins in it, and then this piece actually, the kind of plate on them actually slides off. I'm not 100% sure on how these pins come out. I'm guessing there's some kind of lug tool to knock them out with, but I don't actually have that. Then you slide this off. You can take the spring out with the spring guide on it. You can take this top section out with another pin. And then I'm guessing there's probably a way of taking this valve out because I know you can replace them. But as I've said, I've not taken these mags apart, so I don't know 100%. So unfortunately, I can't show you that. Now, sorry if I keep looking down. I've got all the parts kind of laid out next to me. So the next part we're going to have a look at is the top slide. As you can see, the shell ejection port there. On its own, it's pretty plain. It's just a piece of metal. Show you the inside. That's the only bit of wear on this entire pistol, and it's been used for about 2 years, and then I got my hands on it a couple of months ago. So it is, you know, it's a fairly reliable pistol, seeing as that's the only wear, and it's just the paint being rubbed off the top slide. If I just slide it onto the body here, there we go. Well, it won't quite fix I took the blowback mech out, but that's where it actually racks back. Although I'll show you a better way of demonstrating that when I show you the outer barrel. But there we go, there's where it is. You've got these nice kind of textures. I think the light's just reflecting off them there, which is really good. It allows you a nice grip when you're racking the pistol, so if you've got it like that to rack it, or you know, whichever way around you particularly like to do it. Then you've got obviously this bottom bit, which is where the recoil spring holds it. So I'll go through that as well in a second here. And you've got, what's quite cool is you've got, I don't know whether you, there we go, you should just be able to see it here. Just the back of the shell ejection port. It's got a simulated ejection lever, which is what actually knocks the round sideways and out. If you've ever seen a pistol fire in slow motion, or any rifle fire, or any firearm fire in slow motion, sorry, any repeating firearm I should say. When the slide on a pistol or the bolt on a rifle racks back, the round actually kind of kicks sideways and out, and it's the little mechanism back here that does that on them. And on this, obviously, it's just simulated. It's just kind of, it's just etched in there, but it looks kind of cool. And that's it, really. This is where the rear sight goes, but that comes off, and I'll show you why in a second. Then, obviously, you've got where your hammer goes at the back here. So it's pretty plain. It's just aluminium, I think. Sorry about that. It's just an aluminium piece, really. It's just for look, and then you got your foresight there. You can, I believe, remove that because you can install a night vision sight on them, but I can't see any screws that take it out. So I'm sure there is a way of taking that out because I've seen people swap them around, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So the next bit I'll go through is, here it is. This is the outer barrel. The 226 has a really cool barrel mech, and I will show you that in a second as well. But the only wear on it is, if I hold this up to the camera, I could probably demonstrate it. I just slide this all the way down. So that would be it once it's racked back. So that's after the shot's fired, and then obviously the top slide comes down and it reseals again. And all that wear is if you can see where it is, I'll slide this back out, here is the top slide just rubbing on this as it racks forwards and backwards. And that's not terrible. You can see slight kind of rub marks. Don't know how well no, I don't think the camera's going to pick it up even if I shine it on the light. But you can see very faint kind of rub marks across the metal here. But again, this is held together really well. There's no signs of stress or cracks along the edge of it here, which is quite good. Because that's why I took it apart. I just wanted to check it was all in proper working order. And it does seem to be, which is always nice. Next bit we've got is, this is the hop chamber here. I haven't actually fully taken this apart, but it's alright. Because I know the hop's working on this. And your inner barrel here. Now this slides into the outer barrel. And I'll show you the little mechanism on the 226. It's been simulated quite well on this, which is quite nice. So push that in there. So there we go. And as you can see, there's this little break here. But the inner barrel will come just out. And that's actually to form a better seal on the real steel version. Which is quite cool. Just click that back out again. So we'll put those down and we'll move on to the next bit. This is for the recoil. You have a spring and a little piece here, like a spring guide almost. So it goes just like that. And then the spring goes in the end of here, like that. There we go. That's just realised wearing a black hoodie probably isn't very good wearing all this black metal. And then this just hooks into the actual mechanism there. So when the pistol racks, let me just swap my hands around so I can show you that a bit better. There we go. So when the pistol racks, it goes like this. If I can hold it straight, which compresses the spring, and then the spring straightens out, and the pistol racks forwards again, which is quite cool. So the last bit we have is incredibly greasy. Is the hop unit? Is the blowback mechanism? Sorry, not the hop unit. I haven't fully taken this apart, but it does have one little piece I'd just watch out for if you're actually taking the pistol apart. Is this? This almost dropped out when I did it, and it just slides into a tiny little spring. I don't know. Yeah, you can just about see it on the camera here. Sorry, I'm looking to the side. It's just where the screen is. There we go. So we'll put that back in there. It's quite a delicate little mechanism. You can take it down further than this, but I'd rather not because I'm not the best gun tech in the world. So now I will I'll reassemble the slide. So I'll pause the video, I'll reassemble the slide, and then we'll start the video again, and I can show you just the rest of the put together. So I will reassemble the blowback in your time. Try and get it in light again. There we go. For me, so that's done by two little screws in here, which you'll see quite easily, which actually hold the rear sight on. And then one little screw further forwards here, and to get that screw in, as I said before, that little bar I said that you have to be careful that can drop out, you have to push that back out the way while you put the screw in. I'm assuming that's some kind of safety mechanism so the blowback can't go off while it's taken apart. But so there we go, it's quite easy to put in, it's just 3 screws. It's very greasy though, so I'd watch out for that. So that's that bit, and obviously, and we're just going to go through putting the rest of it back together again. So you have your outer barrel and your inner barrel, as I said before, and these just, if you can see on that side, there's a little cutaway. There we go, and this just pushes into that. Literally just pushes in, it's fine. And then, even if you hold it upside down, it just goes to its kind of unlocked section. But it's perfectly fine, unless you put a bit of force on that, it's not going to drop out. So this goes into the pistol, or into the top slide. So you have your top slide, you have this. Obviously your hop goes at the bottom. Just if anyone's interested, the hop wheel is, if I can get the light to reflect off it just right, just there, you can just about see it, I think. Sorry, getting the light, there we go, you can just about see it there. Getting the light to reflect on it's a bit weird at the minute. So then that just slides down the pistol like that. Looks a bit goofy, but you can slide it back and it will connect with the hot mech, and you'll see that it's locked in properly there because you'll see the edge of the inner barrel. So then we get the recoil spring and it's spring guide again. Put that back as I showed you before. Now this one, oops, hope if I held it like that. You want to slide it into the spring section, and then it just, you've got to be careful with your lining up. Oops, I prefer to do it this way around just because that's easier for me. You push it under like that. Sorry if that was just off screen. Basically push it through so it's come through a bit more, and then you'll see it on the pistol quite easily if you have one. There's just a little hole that it slots into, just like that. And that's your top slide back together again. Then you take the frame of your pistol and you put it on, rack it back. Although it doesn't have to line up with the little cutaway on the, whoops, keep going to the wrong side. Although it doesn't have to line up with the little cutaway on the edge of the pistol just here, it makes it a bit easier too. Although sometimes it doesn't lock, there we go, like this is a good example of it, and you can't actually push back this takedown lever. All you have to do then, you've not broken it or done anything wrong, slide it forwards a bit and try it again, and it works perfectly well. I think it's just with the angle the catch is at, it sometimes doesn't quite lock. And then to test that, I always point it just towards a close surface, so although like the ground is just next to me because I'm sitting down, I'll put it next to my hand here, and then let go, just to make sure it's going to lock in place and not fire forward. So you don't want to be having that at an angle and it jump off out of the way. So I always just put something just in front of it, so if it does come off, it's only going to go about an inch or so. There we go, that will have cocked your hammer. So I just click the trigger to fully take down the hammer. Magazine that's got, oops, wrong side again, no ammo in it and no gas, which is why I'm not wearing any safety goggles. Put that in, just give it a rack and it should lock back. Once you click the, whoops, wrong side again, once you click the slide release here, should click forwards, and then there we go. A fully reassembled pistol, and I just drop the mag out when I'm not using it, just, you know, it's a safety thing for real steel. Airsoft, it doesn't really matter too much, but hey, good practice. And there we go. Now, a reason to do this would be to, you know, lube up the gun, that kind of thing, or clear out any blockages. I haven't put any lube on it today because it's clear from last time I used it, because all it's been doing is if I just lean over, there we go. Got a nice shot on my knee there, is been sitting in its holster for about 3 weeks. So, you know, it didn't really need any maintenance. And then to just finish this, click, there we go. So that's the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. It is slightly different from what I usually do, which would be a tactics video. Except I'm sure you'd appreciate it, but I'm starting to run out of stuff to do. I've got a big list. I've actually got, if I can reach around here, I've got a little list of different like tactics videos I was going to do. I've got about halfway through them. Got gear videos, that kind of thing. But a few of them I need to work on how I'm going to actually record that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one because I'm running out of time now. Just been watching the timer, which is there for me. So I will see you in a bit.